Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, July 30th, and I'm your host, Brian Boudreau. It's great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. The town of Norwood has announced their new Assistant General Manager, Michael Rosen. Rosen is currently the town manager in Tolland, Connecticut, but is very excited for his new role. We were able to catch up with Mr. Rosen to get his feeling on coming to Norwood.
Obviously, the first thing that hit me was just overall excitement. I'm very interested and very excited to be the new AGM. I know I'm taking over for somebody that was such a staple in the community. Bernie, I've met him quite a few times, and it's big shoes to fill. And as I've said before, I'm not trying to fill them. I'm just trying to pick up where Mr. Cooper left off. And I'm very excited to make my way to Norwood in about a month's time. And I'm also further excited that I'm able to join you as a resident of Norwood, because I put an offer on my first ever home that I've ever owned in my life right here in Norwood. We're going through the purchase and sale process right now, but I'm excited to not only be working for the town, but also a resident of the town. Norwood has a lot going for it, and that's the first thing that drew my attention. It's a welcoming and vibrant community common that's walkable. You have a healthy commercial sector and a fantastic school district that's all very attractive to a municipal manager like myself. You have a light and broadband plant and a Memorial Airport, which are assets that other communities do not have. So I'm looking forward to getting to know those business lines better. Again, very excited to have gotten the news that I'm the new AGM. I'll be starting the day after Labor Day. I have to move and relocate in that time frame. I have a couple more days here working in Tolland, and I'm wrapping up things here, and I'm looking forward to my next chapter, Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Rosen, for taking the time to talk with us. Also, NCM will sit down and learn all about our new assistant manager for a long-form interview on Your Town at Work. This week, Norwood Police were busy training the next generation of officers. The Youth Academy welcomed incoming 8th graders to the comprehensive program. Students worked with officers and patrolmen for mock demonstrations. They explored crime scene investigations, SWAT team procedures, bomb squad patrol, and other types of training. It's an opportunity for kids to see what a career in law enforcement looks like. Kids enjoyed learning real-life skills, and the officers value working with members of the community. Officers McGowan and McDonough share more about the partnership.
I'll just speak quickly. Even today, one of the kids in the class, we had some downtime, and myself and another officer were speaking with her, and she just said, you know, she came from a different area in the country, and she came here, and she said, you know, where she grew up, the police never, there was no interaction, there was no real communication, unless, you know, unfortunately it was an emergency situation or something bad happened, where I just think this is really a great opportunity for kids to realize, you know, establish a good rapport and a good relationship with the police and feel comfortable with them and understand that, you know, we're out there looking out for their best interests and you know, are there to help them.
It shows them who we are outside of the uniform. Usually when you're interacting with police, it's a bad day for you or something's gone wrong. So for something like this, the kids get to see the type of people that we are, that we're not just, you know, we don't dare to enforce the law and everything like that, but we're also humans and we have families and kids ourselves, and we just love being around the kids.
Thank you to Officers McGowan and McDonough. And like any successful team, after a hard day's work, they had some fun. Each day, everyone gathered for a team bonding activity like wiffle ball or the slip and slide. Work hard, play hard, right? The second Youth Academy session starts on Monday. In other camp news, NCM was on the road this week to visit the Rec Department summer programs. On Monday, Erin and Mike stopped by the Summer Talk Camp. The kids learned what a camera is and toured the inside of the broadcast truck. On Tuesday, Erin and Megan visited the play camps at the Cleveland and Hawes. I think we're looking at the next generation of NHS TV here. Great job to all. As a reminder, NCM studios and equipment are welcome to all. Just call and make an appointment for some training. We'll be right back with news about the library and the latest in town government. Welcome back. The library has an exciting lineup for August, including lots of outdoor activities. Library Director Clayton Cheever shares more.
Greetings from the Morrow Memorial Library, Norwood's public library for everyone. I'm Clayton Cheever, your library director. I'd like to tell you about a few things happening here at the library this August. This month, we're breaking out of our beautiful building and bringing the library to the greater Norwood community. You may have seen our children's librarians last summer when we reached over 500 kids at various pop-up libraries. They've been doing it again this summer with pop-up libraries on Wednesdays from 11 to 2, and their last scheduled pop-up is happening on August 4th at the Haas Pool. They're also doing a series of Thursday morning story times at the Bond Street Tot Lot on Thursday mornings starting at 10. The last 2 outdoor story times this summer are happening on the 5th and 12th. Don't forget to bring a blanket to sit on. The adult librarians are joining the Pop-Up Library Fund this August too. You can meet us and find cool new books to take home before the Summerfest concerts on the Norwood Commons on Wednesday evenings, August 11th and 18th. We'll be there from 5:15 until just before the concerts start at 7. If you don't have a library card, we can help you sign up for one, so there's no problem. We're also going to be on the Norwood Common on Friday afternoon, August 6th from 1 to 4. I hope you'll come by and say hello. Just as we like getting out of the library to bring more cool stuff to you in new places, we're also excited to help you get out of your home and see cool places for free and reduced prices. Did you know we have a collection of passes that you can borrow that will give you discounted admission to local cultural attractions like the Children's Museum, the Museum of Fine Arts, the zoo, and more? You can learn all about it on our website, which is norwoodlibrary.org/borrow/museum-passes. The latest pass we've added was a generous gift from the Hale Reservation. You can borrow the pass to get free parking to access this gorgeous reservation on some 1,137 acres in Westwood and Dover that has 4 lakes and more than 20 miles of trails. The last thing I want to highlight right now are a few of the hundreds of new books we've recently added to our collection. Rebecca Thomas wrote and Maya McKibben illustrated the fabulous book Swift Fox All Along. This is the story of a girl learning what it means to be Micmac, the largest group of Native people in the Canadian Maritime provinces. Swift Fox goes with her father to visit the family and gets really nervous and self-conscious, worrying about whether or not she belongs. Then she meets her cousin and realizes she's not alone. The author's father is a member of the Micmac people and was forced to attend a residential school for Native children in Canada. This timely story reflects the author's own introduction to her First Nation roots. Letters from Cuba was written by Ruth Bahar. Esther is a young Jewish girl who escaped Poland on the eve of World War II and joined her father in Cuba. This is a collection of her letters to her sister who wasn't able to get out. Esther revels in her new island home and displays a great skill at bringing people together. It's based on the award-winning author's personal family history, and it celebrates the resilience of the human spirit in the most challenging times. For older readers, I'd like to recommend Vinh Vo's debut novel, The Chosen and the Beautiful. A coming-of-age story full of magic, mystery, and glittering excess, this story introduces Jordan Baker growing up in 1920s high American society. She has it all, and is also adopted, Asian, and queer, and treated as an exotic attraction by her peers. This is a great book, and as an added bonus, if you're playing our summer reading bingo game, you can use it to check off the box for a book by a BIPOC author. Perhaps you're more in the mood for a unique thriller to read at the beach or listen to on a summer road trip. I recommend The Guest List by Lucy Foley. The audiobook has a fabulous cast with Irish accents that will immediately transport you across the sea. The plot will keep you guessing right up until the end. Spend some time on an island off the coast of Ireland with an exquisite wedding that's disrupted by a dead body. Doesn't that sound like fun? This has been a Morrow Moment. From everyone here at the library, I wish you and yours a very happy August.
Thanks, Clayton. For full details, check out the library website. Now we'll toss it over to Mike Maloof for this week's sports update.
Thanks, Brian. It was the final 2 games of the regular season for Legion Baseball this week. Monday, Post 70 was at home against Westwood, and the Bats were alive, scoring their second highest run total of the season. Norwood scored 8 runs early and finished the game with a 10-6 win. Then, they were on the road against Medfield for the regular season finale. It was a tight game, but Norwood was able to plate some runs late and came away with the 4-2 win. Next up, they'll be hosting Walpole in a single elimination game at the Bulge Friday night. The winner of this game will advance to the Commander Cup. The Commander Cup is Legion Baseball's statewide tournament. Next week, we will report on the elimination game and the Commander Cup. And this week, we head down to the NHS gym where it's week 2 of the Mustang Hoop basketball camp. Boys and girls from grades 1 to 8 were in the gym working hard on their skills while also having fun. This camp is co-run by both the boys and girls high school programs with athletes and coaches from both teams helping out. Coach McDonald was thrilled by the energy in the gym.
So far, so good. Yeah, these kids are getting after it every day. I think what we love to see is that they're just having a good time. Like, they're taking it serious when they need to, and they're playing games and doing drills, and they're getting better and focusing on it. But in between, they're having a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of smiles. So we just want people to love basketball and love playing, and hopefully can come play for us someday.
Coach Quinn knows the importance of having current high school athletes at the camp to help mentor the younger kids.
It's everything to them. I mean, that's why we have them work it. It's funny, I've worked this camp so many years now that I'm now seeing kids that I used to have in camp now working it. So it's kind of good to be able to preach that too, that these kids really can be their role models and they can be them someday. And I think the high schoolers really learn a lot from it too, and they love being able to be their role models.
Senior captains Megan Olbreys and Joey Steves jumped at the opportunity to come back and coach during the camp.
It just means so much to me because especially seeing them come to my games and the atmosphere, it just makes it so much better. It makes it worthwhile.
I went to this camp all throughout first grade, all throughout. So it feels good to come back and be able to coach it.
And for the campers, well, it was just a great mix of learning while still having fun.
This week we're doing the Olympics, and on Friday we do the championship.
Like Olympic activities, dribbling activities, 3v3s, 2-on-2s, 5v5s, it's a lot.
My favorite part of camp would definitely be when we did the dribble knockout. It was really fun.
Probably the games, they're really fun. They're high intensity again, and then everyone just works hard. They're fun, yeah.
Just to enjoy basketball while you can, and if I get injured, just keep trying, keep pushing, keep fighting.
Well, that's all for sports this week. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Brian, back to you.
Thanks, Mike. In government, representatives of Clay Subaru appeared at Monday night's planning board to present a landscape design to the board. After a brief discussion, the plan was approved 4-0. The planning board also granted a 2-year continued extension on property located on Astor Ave. The planning board will meet again in 2 weeks. On Thursday night, the St. Street Park Community Group met remotely to present the final design plan. The updated plan includes feedback from 30 survey results and general feedback from the previous community meetings. For complete details, watch the full meeting streaming now on our website. The next step in the planning process is an in-person presentation of the plan on August 12th at 6 p.m. Stay tuned with Norwood Community Media for the location of the meeting. For complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government Channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break for updates from the Health Department and more town news. Welcome back. As COVID procedures are changing day to day, Health Department Director Sigal Rees provides an update.
For 2 months, we have seen a very low case count, with 5 or less cases in a 2-week period. This week's report counts 9 COVID cases. 9 is still a low number, but does show an increase in case count. The best way to combat this increase is to get more people vaccinated. Getting vaccinated prevents severe illness, hospitalization, and death. It also helps reduce the spread of the virus. Unvaccinated individuals should get vaccinated and continue to mask until they are fully vaccinated. With the Delta variant, this is more urgent than ever. In Norwood, 73% of the residents have 1 or more doses of the COVID vaccine. This is a good percentage, but we can always do better. In areas with substantial and high transmission, CDC recommended this week that everyone, including fully vaccinated individuals, wear a mask in public indoor settings to help prevent the spread of Delta and protect others. Right now, according to the CDC, Norfolk County is designated as a moderate community transmission, and we continue to encourage unvaccinated individuals to wear masks indoors. Data show Delta is different than past versions of this virus. It is much more contagious, about 2 times more contagious. Some vaccinated people can get Delta in breakthrough infections and may be contagious. Breakthrough infections are most likely resulted in mild disease. If you get vaccinated, your risk of infection, and especially hospitalizations or deaths, are far lower than in unvaccinated individuals, even with the Delta variant. Virtually all hospitalizations and deaths continue to be among the unvaccinated. You can think of the vaccine like a rain jacket. If it's only drizzling out, you can stay dry, but if it's downpours, you're going to get a little wet. The COVID vaccine is a very good rain jacket, but the rain is getting a little stronger with the case count climbing and the more contagious Delta variant. You are more likely to stay dry and safe with a rain jacket than without one. High vaccination coverage will reduce spread of the virus and help prevent new variants from emerging. We continue to offer vaccine clinics at Town Hall, see our website for details, and vaccines are widely available at many pharmacies and healthcare settings. Vaccination is the best way to protect you, your family, and your community.
Thanks, Sigal. Be sure to reach out to the health department for additional questions. Frozen treats are the best way to cool down in the summertime. An ice cream truck stopped by the Senior Center on Thursday, thanks to Bridges by Epoch for providing complimentary desserts. Program Coordinator Nancy Kelleher shares more.
Socialization is so important. It keeps us all young and the mind working. Also, too, they just come up. If you want to come up for an hour, have a cup of coffee. Some people even spend the day doing knitting, crafts, dancing. We have a line dance going on right now, so maybe 50 people dancing inside. And I love to dance myself, so.
Thanks, Nancy. Check out the Senior Center newsletter to see what other exciting events are planned for August. Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.